When I discovered sensors in the mini Talon, I got 11, and one of them right here, number 8, is RSSI. So I may be able to get around soldering to that little pad. I'm not sure yet. Uh, I did have to connect one wire on the radio uh, out of this port right here. It's actually that green one. Documentation says blue, but I used a different cable with different color coding than they did. And that, oops, let me turn off this radio before I do what I'm about to do.
Receiver still connected.
And that green wire goes right there in the bottom of the expansion bay connector. That's supposed to get Yahoo telemetry going on the radio. I haven't quite got
Welcome
that.
to OpenTX.
I haven't quite got that going yet.
Manual mode. High rates. Expo off.
But, and then there's your 45 and 42 for low and critical alarm. So I'd be very interested in what this number right here does on the next flight and what it all means. So still working on the RSSI problem.
Let me also state that I am currently using the November 2020 firmware on Dragon Link. I have not moved up to the 2021 firmware because everybody tells me to get it working and then just do the beta firmware update after you get it working. So that was still under the 2020 firmware. I don't know what's going on with that RSSI at this moment that was making the radio complain. I firmly believed, had I not had this wire right here hooked up to the uh, expansion bay on the TX16S, that I wouldn't have been hearing those call outs for critical RSSI, critical RF, because without this wire right here hooked up, I don't get receivers still connected when I go to power down the radio. So there may be some changes in this firmware that address an RSSI problem. I don't know. We don't get release notes from Dragon Link, so we can't tell what was fixed, what was changed, what was made better, what was removed, what was added. We get no information about this, so it's very hard to tell without upgrading both my transmitter and receivers to the 2021 software. So I'm still chasing this problem. I was kind of going through this and trying to get the Yahoo type telemetry working. It might not be Yahoo that I need to use with this. It may be just the straight telemetry script. I haven't got that working yet in the radio. I didn't think I had it working. I guess I actually did have part of it working because I was getting the RSSI or RF critical warning. But I get it here on the bench. That's why I'm wondering if it's a firmware problem. But again, I have no way of telling if it is or isn't. So Dragon Link doesn't do release notes, or so still chasing it, still trying not to have to solder to that little bitty pad on these flight controllers. And this may be the solution. Don't know. Still smoking it all over. Thanks, guys.